wanted to record for you, not to you, for you. I can't talk. My updated, well, it's not really updated, but it's just my foundation routine. I use a few different foundations, but I use one on a regular basis, and I kind of have a routine that I do with that from day to day. And so this is a foundation that I really like to use in the winter and the summertime because it holds up perfectly. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get into it. Alright, so first I'm going to tell you a little bit about the foundation that I'm going to be wearing. This is the Revlon Colorstay Makeup, and it's the 24-hour kind, and it's in the combination oily skin because I have extremely oily skin. And my color, the color I'm using right now is 440 Mahogany. When I get a bit tan, I go, I think, a shade down. I don't forget the name of it. It's like mocha or something. This foundation is amazing. It lasts literally all day long. It feels like skin on your face, like it feels like a second skin. Like, I don't feel this foundation when I wear it. It dries extremely fast, so I do have to work with it a bit fast when I put it on, but other than that, it's really, a little bit about my skin. I have combination oily skin. As I said, I get really oily in my T-zone and a bit oily on the rest of my skin. I have hyperpigmentation everywhere, lots of acne scars because I have a problem with picking at my acne, so that's that. And I also got, I don't really have zits or anything anymore, but I do have blackheads. I get them around my chin and on my cheek, and occasionally I'll get a zit or a pimple like in the middle of my forehead somewhere. So that's my skin. For the foundation, I don't really use brushes or anything when I use this foundation, unless I want really heavy coverage. This is a medium to full coverage foundation, so I don't feel like I need a really dense brush to, you know, build up the coverage. So I'm just going to take it on my fingers and dab it on my face and then rub it in. And like I said, with this foundation, you kind of have to work fast because it dries very fast. And you don't want splotchy foundation. Alright, then I'll take a little bit of what's in the cap, and I'll use that for my chin. The biggest problem I have with my chin is a little bit of darkness and discoloration, which a lot of darker skinned women and girls have kind of around the mouth area. So I try to cover that as much as I can. Put it in the middle, on the outsides. And yes, I only use one finger to blend. There. That's my actual foundation finished. As you can see, it's covered up mostly everything. You can still probably see some scars, but my skin tone's pretty even after I put the foundation on. So now it's time for my under eye concealer, and before you panic, I'm going to explain my under eye concealer. I use a really extremely bright light concealer under my eyes, and this is a Posner Concealer. I don't even remember what the name of it is or the shade of it is, but as you can see, it is like a billion shades lighter than what I actually use. But I will show you how I fix that in a second. So I just take my finger. I use my finger for most cream products that I put on my face. And a mirror. And just put that underneath my eyes. Yes, it looks scary, I know. And I kind of bring it out towards here, towards my cheekbones, just to give a bit of a highlight. Do the same thing to the other side. And then put a bit more kind of on like the inner corners right here, because that's where I kind of tend to get the most darkness. This is a really thin concealer. Well, it's really thick. It's really thick and pigmented, but it thins out really nicely under your eyes, so it doesn't really make them look cakey. And the reason I put such a bright concealer under my eyes and then I cover it up later is because I wear glasses, and I wear thick frame glasses that are, you know, like big plastic frames, so it tends to cast shadows underneath my eyes all the time, making me look even more tired than I already am. This is an e.l.f. mineral concealer in the shade Deep, and I think this was like $6, $3 maybe, and it's a powder concealer, but I use it as a setting powder. And I take a kabuki brush with it, and I just take, there's usually some in the cap, and I just buff it around my face. Not a lot though, because since it is a concealer, it gives me a bit more coverage, and I don't want to look cakey. And I really like this concealer because it has little tiny flecks of silver shimmers in it, so it makes your face look glowy but not oily. And I do like to have a little bit of a glowy finish because, I mean, that's what skin naturally looks like. So I don't like to have too matte of a finish unless I'm like going out somewhere or it's some special event. So, yep. Then next, to fix my crazy under eyes, I use the Covergirl Queen Collection Lasting Matte Pressed Powder in Medium Deep, and I'll show you what it looks like if I can get it open. Here it is. This is a brand new. So I just take this and I take a kind of a crease brush, fluffy crease brush, swirl it in there, tap off the excess, and put it underneath my eyes, right on top of that concealer. Last thing for my under eyes, I take the e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder. And this is a clear, translucent powder with tiny little pink shimmers in it. So I take that same fluffy crease brush and a little bit of the powder, because you do not need a lot because you don't want gray under eyes. And I put it right on top of the powder and concealer. Just set everything. And to make sure things don't crease, I just take some translucent powder, and this really helps in the summertime to keep my face matte-ish all day. I of course have to blot, and I found out with any foundation that I've used, I don't think it's ever going to matter what foundation or what primer I use. I just have really oily skin and it's not going away. So this is a Posner translucent powder in finishing. It's called the Finishing Touch Translucent Loose Powder in Medium Deep. Same kabuki brush, and with this I kind of try to dab onto my face instead of really blending in, and I only focus it on my T-zone area. It doesn't need to go all over my face. So the next thing I use is the Covergirl Queen Collection Natural Hue Bronzer in Ebony Bronze, and this bronzer I use just to bring a little bit of life back to my face. It's not dark enough to contour with. I haven't found a bronzer that's dark enough for me to contour with yet. So I use this just to bring a little bit of life back into my face. It gives me a little bit of a glow. So I kind of have to rely on highlighting and, you know, a dewy look to bring life back into my face, because after I put the foundation on, sometimes my face can look very flat and one-dimensional, or two-dimensional, not three-dimensional. What dimension? I don't know. It just looks real flat. And I haven't found anything to contour with and give me shadows on my face yet. So I have to rely on this. So I just take a big fluffy brush and put it in the bronzer and put it on my cheeks. Hopefully I'm in focus. So that's that. And then my blush. I like matte blushes a lot. This is a really old blush. Ignore it's all dirty, but it's by Wet n Wild. It's the Color Icon blush in Mellow Wine, and it's a really pretty pinkish coral color. It's like a cross between a pink and a coral. Oh, it looks really light. Camera, there we go. That's the color, and I use a dual fiber brush for that because it's very pigmented and I don't want to get it all over my face. Use my mirror for this. And I smile and I put it on, I put it on the apples of my cheeks, but it's like I smile and then I like cut my cheek in half and I put it on the bottom half of the apple of my cheek, just so that it's not overwhelming the rest of my face. Since it is a coral blush, I don't want to look orange. So focus it just there. And then blend it back towards my ears. Last but certainly not least, just to make sure I don't look powdery or cakey and hopefully to make my makeup last a little bit longer, I use the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. So take my glasses off and I spray this in the air or towards my face. So I'm just going to spray it up in the air and let it fall down my face. I'm going to just fan my face. And that's it. So at this point I would usually put my eye makeup on and some lipstick or lip gloss, but I actually have an eye appointment today to get new glasses and some contacts because I got a job as a dancer and I'm excited, so I kind of need contacts so my glasses don't fall off while I'm dancing. So yeah. Oh, I'll take my hair down for you just so you can get the full effect of the beautifulness of my foundation. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions on any of the products that I've shown here, or you have any video requests, or if you just want to say hi, comment down below. Don't forget to comment, rate, and thumbs up this video, and please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it if you did. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.